Hey everybody, Hunt Fit Ted here. Today we're talking summer scouting. We're 54 days away from the Missouri season opener, and scouting is probably the most important thing you can do right now to help your odds of success in the fall. I've got 3 tips that'll help you improve your summer scouting right now. Number 1, incorporate the family. Go for family walks in the evening. You know, our season's upcoming and we're going to be spending a lot of time in the woods. Utilize this time right now to go for family walks in the evening in places where you think that you might see deer, especially bucks. Bachelor groups of bucks are regularly in the fields right at dusk right now. It's a good time to walk. It's starting to cool down. The family my family enjoys walking in the evening anyway, so it's a great way to parlay those two and have great family fun while seeing hopefully getting onto some bigger bucks. So number 2, always take your binos. Okay, so always take your binos on those family walks, but also let's say it's 7:30 at night, you've had dinner and you got to go to the store to get ice cream. You better have your binos with you, right? I always make sure I've got my binos with me. Last night I did get caught in a situation where I didn't have my video camera, which would have been very helpful as I saw 3 shooter bucks in a field. Fortunately, I had my binos and I could tell, for sure that they were really nice bucks that I need to try to get a better bead on. But always have your binos. You got to have those binos. Without glass, those velvet antlers blend in with the background, and you might just see big hunks of mass. So really take your binos. Make sure you've got your binos with you at all times. Number 3, utilize your summer scouting to gain access to properties that you don't have access to currently. So the way I do that is with onX Maps. So let's say last week TJ and I were out scouting and we ran across this big 12-pointer, and he looks like he's going to be a dandy of a buck. I don't have permission to hunt anywhere around there. So my method of operation here is to get on onX, and I prefer to use the computer, the desktop version, when I am doing some in-depth property intel on things like this. So I get on my computer and I look at who owns that property where I saw the buck. And then I look at who owns the adjoining properties around that. And I just start in priority and I list all those properties out. So right now I have a list of 5 property prospects that I am going to be calling. After you create this list, then what I like to do is I'll look on every social media means possible. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn is a really good one, because if you have a professional mutual acquaintance, that could even be more powerful than a social mutual acquaintance. So I use all forms of social media to try to cross-reference any type of mutual acquaintance that I may have. And then I will start calling, or I prefer to just knock on the door. So there's a whole other method of operation associated with that, but certainly want to dress nicely, but not too nice, and have good manners and such. I'm certainly not afraid to take either Kaylee or TJ with Holly or TJ with me. Kaylee's not that much into it, but at any rate, not afraid to take one of my kids with me. And I get my kids' names mixed up all the time. Yeah, that's all right. So not afraid to take one of my kids with me, but dress nicely, use your manners. I always present any prospect that I'm trying to get permission to hunt with a hunting resume. My hunting resume is just a 1-pager, and it just highlights a lot of the things that I do, that I've done over my whatever it is, 30-year hunting career. And I highlight some of the things I do with donating to the Harvest, or the Missouri program, Hunters for the Harvest. And I prefer to do that in person. It has worked out well for me. You're not going to gain permission on every single piece, but you never know if you don't try. So again, tip number 3 is to utilize your summer scouting to try to gain access once you have located perhaps a target buck, or maybe just an area that you see a lot of deer that you would like to hunt. So that has worked out really well for me so far. This is year number 2, season number 2 approaching for our new area where we moved. And I got to say, last summer I didn't have a chance to scout at all. So we are super excited about the prospects for success that we've got. We're seeing a lot of deer, a lot of nice bucks, and we probably are approaching double-digit shooters in 5-mile vicinity of my home here. So that's pretty good, and we're really excited about the season ahead and 54 days out. So I hope you enjoy some of the highlights of my summer scouting video here. Never mind the shakiness in the car, and TJ's gonna have to work on his videography a little bit, maybe live through the lens instead of trying to see that big buck. But I can feel his pain there, that's for sure. So tell me what you think about this video, and what you think about the bucks that we've got so far, and hopefully you're getting out there and spending some time summer scouting. As always, please like, subscribe, and share Hunt Fit Ted YouTube channel, and we'll see you in the woods. I went over there, but get that big one. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, there's a huge buck. The one that's trotting away. He's a monster. He's a big 12-pointer. Do you see him?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
What?
Show me again what that was. Looks like a 12. Oh man, he's huge.
The deer all the way to the left is not a buck too. I can't really tell. I think it's an 8. The furthest deer to the left.
Look at that blind in the corner there. You see that?
Uh-huh. Dude, he's giant. He's like 160 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
It's 12, right? Yep. Yeah. Tell me if a car's coming to you.
We're looking at 2 different deer.
The tall racked buck with the split G2s to the left of the screen, I believe is this buck right here that I had a prolonged encounter with last December the 27th. These last few videos I was not intending on scouting, just riding around with Holly when we stumbled upon 3 huge bucks in one field. 3 definite shooters, but it was low light conditions and really tough to tell. The last video is me trying to hold binoculars in one hand and my phone up to the lens of the binoculars with the other. And as you can see, it didn't work out very good. But I did get some footage, and you can tell that there's definitely a massive rack on that big body deer. Again, please. Trying to video through the binoculars, and it's really tough, buddy.